Now, a Target 12 investigators exclusive, a hero's healthcare hassle. We discover a crack in the system big enough for a Bronze Star recipient to fall through. Sergeant Heath Hobson almost lost his life in Iraq. Now he's fighting for the country to keep a promise. Target 12 investigator Walt Buteau uncovers how a wounded warrior lost his military health care.
Sergeant Heath Hobson could have accepted Social Security disability for life, but instead he worked his way back into the job force. And believe it or not, that's where the medical coverage problem started. It was January 2007 in Iraq. The 101st Army National Guard had just returned from a mission to its Baghdad base.
And almost exactly at 4 p.m., we got attacked by rockets.
This jagged piece of artillery shell is what hit Sergeant Heath Hobson.
But a big piece of shrapnel just took me right out and severed my leg, my right leg, in half.
Surgeons saved his life and leg. After 17 operations, some lasting 10 hours, Hobson was back on his feet as an Army medical retiree, promised the military health care program called TRICARE Prime. No premiums.
No premiums.
No copays.
Nope.
Covered for everything.
Right.
Great coverage.
Right. But the Army said to me, hey, you're a retiree, you get this for the rest of your life.
This father of two tells us he never asked to go on permanent disability, but the Social Security Administration came to him with that plan while he was at Walter Reed Medical Center. Going on SSDI meant Medicare would cover his health care with a small premium, but Hobson had no intentions of never working again.
You know, the way I looked at it is it's just a leg. My brain works, my hands work. I mean, and I can't, staying home on the couch just isn't me.
He rehabbed his leg, went to college in '09, and re-entered the workforce about 4 years ago with a job helping military personnel secure benefits. He talked with every federal agency involved about his health care plan.
They were saying, no, just don't pay your Medicare, and you should be all set. TRICARE should pick you back up.
That is when Sergeant Hobson fell through the crack.
I was told I'd have health care for the rest of my life. My wife and kids are on TRICARE Standard under me. I'm the sponsor, and I can't get on it.
It wasn't until last fall that Hobson figured out what happened. Now the options for this veteran who nearly lost his life in Iraq are pay for complete medical coverage with a penalty that will eventually add up to about $11,000, or wait until TRICARE will cover him in the year 2020. That part of this healthcare hassle tonight at 6. With the Target 12 investigators, Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.
New details in a Target 12 investigators exclusive, a hero's healthcare hassle. We expose a crack in the system that was supposed to provide health coverage to a local soldier who was wounded in Iraq.
But a big piece of shrapnel just took me right out and severed my leg, my right leg, in half.
That happened to Sergeant Heath Hobson in January of 2007. He was promised the military's top health care for life, but that's not what happened.
New at 6 tonight, federal officials say they will be looking into the problem after a call from Target 12 investigator Walt Buteau. He's here now with the details.
Hobson tells Target 12 he did what he was told by several federal agencies, but he is still looking for the full coverage he was promised. When an artillery shell sent this piece of shrapnel through Heath Hobson's leg, surgeons in Iraq were able to save his life. 17 operations later, he was back on his feet as an Army medical retiree, promised the medical health care program TRICARE Prime. No premiums.
No premiums.
No copays.
Nope.
Covered for everything.
Right.
Great coverage.
Right.
Hobson says the Social Security Administration came to him while he was recovering and put him on permanent disability with a small premium for Medicare.
I was told I'd have...
But he beat long odds and rejoined the workforce by 2012.
Told that it was 0.2% of anyone on disability ever returns to the workforce. So, that being said, I'd say it's extremely rare.
Hobson says he was told to stop paying the Medicare premium since military health care coverage would take over for the rest of his life. Then he started getting medical bills.
It was just a discrepancy, you know, a mistake that they were sending me bills, and so did everyone else from the federal agencies I was dealing with. They all thought that, you know, this is some kind of mistake. I never got the proper direction on what to do.
Hobson tells us he has now been told he can return to full Medicare coverage, but not until next year, and with a penalty and premiums that will eventually add up to about $11,000. And he says the military's TRICARE, the medical coverage he was promised for life, won't kick in until the year 2020. How frustrating is this for you?
Okay, the frustrating part is that no one is willing to look deeper into it and do anything about it. It's just pretty much take it on the chin. Just pay your premium when it comes around again, and you'll be all set. I'll keep fighting until something, until I can get someone to budge on it.
No comment yet from TRICARE. A spokesman for the Social Security Administration tells Target 12 local agents will be looking into this. Ironically, Hobson's job, since he rejoined the workforce, is to help veterans secure the benefits they were promised. With the Target 12 investigators, Walt Buteau, Eyewitness News.